You know, we got a long way to go. You know, obviously last year was special, and you get greedy and get used to it, and you want to keep playing at a high level. Obviously, we missed some of those players that had graduated. We missed some of the ones that were out tonight with injuries. But overall, we just got to play better. We're turning the ball over too much, so we got to do a better job. Our assist to turnover ratio is not where we want it to be. Got to guard better. 54 points is a lot of points to give up against a non-D1, even though they're a very talented team. And like I said, just sharing the ball, moving the ball, and really taking some pride defensively on getting stops and you know, shutting down the person we're guarding. So a lot of things that we have to clean up in a hurry.
Questions?
Coach Zam Jones obviously really stood out tonight.
Yeah.
What has she shown you in practice over the past couple months that you feel like she's really improved on so far?
Yeah, you know, again, that's the thing. She was McDonald's All-American in high school, depended on to, you know, she led her team to a state championship. But you got to realize in this situation, as a point guard, you've also got to, you know, manage the team, share the ball, get everybody involved. But again, you know, I'm impressed with the fact she went and got 9 rebounds, 8 of them defensively. You know, was efficient shooting the ball. 4 assists, 4 turnovers is an area where, as a point guard, got to be better. You know, I definitely want that to be at least 2-to-1 ratio, and 3-to-1 would be really nice. So, but learning and first time to play in front of people here is a pretty impressive outing. So, again, excited about what she's going to accomplish going forward.
I know you lost River and Mimi, and we talk about it a lot. So, you know, you were concerned about replacing them. How would you evaluate your post play tonight?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think both spots we got a ways to go. I think you start at the 5 position. Now you can look at it. Our posts were 12 for our 5 players were 12 for 15 from the field. That's pretty good. But again, I think we had a big size advantage tonight that we probably will not have very often moving forward. But again, they did some good things. They were able to finish. The 4 position, if I'm in a dark alley, I want Mimi Collins with me. Okay, she's gonna help you get out of there. Maddie Cox, Tilda, got to be more physical, got to be more aggressive, got to be nasty. You know, Tilda, for instance, is the sweetest person in the world, maybe. But when she steps between those lines, we need her to be a little bit of a butt. So we'll see if we can get there. It's hard to change someone's personality. It just is. So, but we got to have more physical play. You know, they didn't, I don't think, you know, Maddie Cox went and got 7 boards, so that was pretty good. Tilda went and got 4, but between them we got 2 offensive rebounds. I think they got to contribute more there. So, but again, it's where we're at. So we got to continue to grind and try to get better.
As far as the turnovers, how much do you think of that is due to adjusting to a faster pace of play than y'all have played in years past, and just kind of getting used to that and communicating? And
I don't know that we played faster than we have in the past. Maybe we did. I don't know. You know, I look at the fact we had 13 assists and 16 turnovers. So, but a lot of it is, again, we come down in transition and we just don't swing the ball. You know, we got to get the ball moving, get ourselves moving, and spread the floor out so we can take advantage of gaps, so we can maybe get a post seal. We're just coming down and taking somebody off the dribble and putting a shot up. So, like I said, I hope we do play faster. I think we need to play faster, but we also need to be a better oiled machine offensively.
Wes, I know you got Zoe, Isaiah, and Maddie all didn't play in the exhibition tonight. You know, just kind of where things will be come this time next week for those three?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think they're in a pretty good spot. Isaiah is probably the one that maybe is the furthest out because hers was a knee situation. Thankfully, MRI, no ligament damage, whatever. So that's good. But did have a little bit of a bone bruise, so she's going to probably, you know, we'll see. The two other, Madison Hayes, Zoe Brooks, ankles, and I think they're progressing well, so anticipate getting them back pretty soon. Caitlin Weimer, you know, unfortunately had a hip condition, has had surgery, so, you know, she was somebody we were hoping that could really help us inside, and she's probably out for a while.
Coach, at the beginning of the game, it was a really quick foul, and you could see Sam seemed to be upset with it, and you see Sanaya come over there and calm her down. Just as a coach, just what's your opinion on Sanaya? It's just a leadership that she brings to the team this year.
Yeah, I think she's really taken it upon herself to try to be a leader and be a little more vocal and help the young ones. You know, that's the thing. You remind them someone helped you. You know, your freshman, sophomore year, people were helping you, and now it's your turn. And I think she's done a really good job of that. I think Isaiah's trying to do that some. Madison Hayes may be a little bit quieter, but tries to lead by example when she's out there. So, and that's another factor. When you get them out there, you are going to have experience and maybe a little more confidence, and so you're not, you know, having three freshmen out there together so much, which is, you know, that's a challenge.
How much do you think the chemistry and just, again, so many new players trying to figure things out together, how much of that do you think played into some of the defensive breakdowns and the turnovers?
Yeah, I mean, again, you had a lot of new people out there, and you had some combinations maybe that you wouldn't have normally. So, you know, you can make the argument we had at least three starters out with those three guards. And, you know, Caitlin, she might have been involved in that. I don't know. But definitely you got three starting guards out. You are going to have a little bit more difficulty communicating, being on the same page, playing well together. So from that standpoint, you know, I thought we were okay, but definitely room to grow.
It looked like you talked to Zam a lot in between plays, timeouts, free throws. She said you were just kind of telling her what she was doing good and what she was doing bad. There's kind of a little mix of both. What are those conversations like, and you know, how excited are you for what her potential is this year?
What was the conversation like in timeouts, or
Just like when you pull her aside, like when someone's shooting a free throw or things like that.
pull who aside?
Zam.
Okay, yeah, they were good. You know, again, trying to point out things that we've talked about in practice, and now here they go. You know, she got in foul trouble, 4 fouls. I've been telling her, you're not going to get block shot calls. They're going to be fouls because you're 5 foot whatever. So refs are not going to give you many block shots. They're going to call the foul. And then also part of it is just, you know, instead of being satisfied with being beside the person, beating them to a spot and making them cross it back over where you got help. So those are things we've been talking about a lot, just from a defensive standpoint. And so it's probably good she got in foul trouble, and now we watch film. You know, we're going to give them tomorrow off. We'll watch the film tonight, the coaches will, and we'll bring them in Thursday and watch it. So, you know, that's the great thing about these is you really get an opportunity to, you know, see things, and you know, picture's worth 1,000 words, right? So the eye in the sky don't lie, you know, so they think coach, okay, here you go. All right, so it'll be good.
One more question.
You haven't had a lot of turnover on your staff in the past few years. How big is the next week or so with the adults? I mean, how much work have you guys got in terms of, this may be a hodgepodge the first few games with the injuries and things like that. So just how pivotal is these next few weeks in terms of your job, you know, and your staff thing?
You mean my job security?
No, sir, not your job security. Not your job security.
Dang, I wish they'd fire me.
No, sir.
Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, it is great to have the continuity we've had on our staff. I'm very pleased about that, and it makes a difference. You know, everybody kind of knows our scheme and our philosophy, our culture, so all that's good. It's real important though, because you know we have East Tennessee State had 20-something wins a year ago at the Division I level, and then boom, South Carolina. So we better figure it out in a hurry. It's going to be a big challenge. Thing is, those games you're definitely going to get all your weaknesses exposed, and it's going to hit you in the face, and you're going to know exactly what you have to work on and how far you have to go. So hopefully, again, that's going to be a teaching moment, but it'll be good to get those others back out there and have some veterans leadership, hopefully, and have some, like I said, that's what we missed. River Ball and Mimi Collins, they played 5 years at the Power 5 level. Unbelievable experience, and that's what you're missing right now. So definitely I'm waking up at 4:30 in the morning like I do after a loss right now, trying to figure out some things. But you're right, we gotta try to make it work. And last year they had us ranked way too low to start the season. This year they got us ranked way too high because again, they're basing it on a year ago, and right now we're not the same team we were a year ago. So we'll see. Maybe I will have job security by the end of the year issues.